White Ladder was like a crazy story that unfolded, like a fairy tale, really. It took a long time, it took a long time. And I think the way it started was, it grew in Ireland, there was a passionate following there, then we finally got some airplay over there, it became a massive thing. It gave us the momentum to believe we could break it through in other places, and obviously we wanted to break through in the UK, the toughest bastards in the world. We wanted to touch their hearts, those vicious UK bastards over there in our homeland, the ones you love so much. The record was licensed by Warner's in the UK. We handed it over to them. They re-released Babylon, and we were getting some airplay, and things were starting to happen. And then we're getting closer and closer to the release week of Babylon. We were playing Glastonbury. We went down to Glasgow. We did a beautiful set in Glastonbury. We were blown away by the whole thing. There was magic in the air. We got back to the hotel. We had a bit of a party. We woke up bleary-eyed the next morning. And the manager said, the festival's been on the phone. Burt Bacharach's pulled out of his Sunday afternoon slot, injured himself playing frisbee, slipped on his own cravat, and would you like to take his spot? On the Sunday afternoon stage, on the main stage, the pyramid stage, 3 steps before David Bowie closes the festival, we said, abso-bloody-tootly we would, yes we would! See you there. So anyway, we were then playing on Sunday. Now meanwhile, in Wales, my dad was going through chemotherapy and he was in hospital with all the tubes in and all that. And he watched the first gig on the telly, the first. When he heard about the second one, he was like, bollocks to this, I'm not sitting here anymore. He called his mate, he said, get me out of here. He just pulled the tubes out and met him in the car park. And they legged it to Glastonbury. So we're kind of getting ready to go on stage, we're getting kind of jittery, whoa, this is a big one, it's a big one. So don't worry guys, there's only 70,000 people, just relax. And suddenly my dad comes out, just through the security cordon, he's managed to blag his way into Glastonbury. All friends and family just kind of appeared backstage, and there was this amazing thing. And we had this incredible gig, and we were walking on air when we came off. The sun was shining, it was just magnificent, the whole thing. And the record company guy says, don't forget boys, it's chart rundown today. So now it's time to listen to where Babylon's going to go into the chart. So it ticked down from 40, and we got into the top 10 and they still haven't said it. And at that point I was saying, maybe it isn't in the top 40. I said, no, patience. Anyway, I wish I could say it went all the way and we got to number 1 and it was fucking there, but it wasn't. Some shit was at number 1. We were at the much more dignified number of 5, keeping a respectful distance from 1, but looking over our shoulder at the rest of the motherfuckers in 100 who were fucking behind us, baby. Oh yes! Loving every second of number 5. Anyway, I think you could have, the moment that happened, I think you could have knocked me over with a feather, and all the armour we'd been carrying, protecting ourselves from the cruelty of our homeland and their indifference and, general hard-heartedness. We just let it fall to the floor like a bunch of samurai warriors. We stood naked before the world. And anyway, we were in some kind of giant, foaming, effervescent huddle of love. And my dad said, look at us, surrounded by family and friends here, having the time of our lives. He said, look at Bowie over there, standing outside his dressing room. He looks completely lost. He said, son, I'm going to go and have a word with him. I said, hang on a minute, Dad. You broke out of hospital, that was cool. You blagged into Glasgow, that was good too. But please leave David Bowie alone. I said, no, son. I'm going over there to talk to him. Tim piped up, all right, Pete, I'm coming with you. It's Bowie. I said, Clune, this is it. It's Bowie time. Come on. Let's talk to Bowie. So we did. We walked over there. My dad had called it right. Bowie was having a bit of a funny moment. For him, it was a massive gig. It was, I wouldn't say a comeback gig, but it was a restoring of his reputation. It was like a big thing for him. And he played at the very first Glastonbury. Anyway, we didn't have the obligatory 5-minute conversation. He saw something in us, a magic that was happening, and he's been through it all. So he opened up, and we just had a wonderful sort of 45 minutes of chatting, talking about the past, the whole thing, the full Bowie. We've got the full Bowie. We went through all the ages, station to station, young Americans, hunky-dory. We lived it all in 45 minutes. He showed us his set list, and that's not all, darling, but anyway, yeah. It was an incredible moment. I think I was so high after this day. It took about a month to come down. So anyway, that's just a little story, just one day in the history of White Ladder. And I'm going to choose this moment right now to both celebrate and commemorate not only all the people who've come with us on this wonderful journey we call life, but also all the people who haven't made it, the Dave Bowie and my dad, and all the people who somehow disappeared. So let's play a couple of songs for the great man himself, so help me out. It's a god-awful small affair to the girl with the mousy hair, but her mommy is yelling now, and her daddy has told her to go. Though her friend is nowhere to be seen, now she walks to a sunken dream, to the seat with the clearest view, and she's hooked to the silver screen. But the film is a saddening bore, 'cause she watched it 10 times or more. She could spit to the eyes of fools when they ask her to focus on sailors fighting in the dance halls. Oh man, look at those cavemen go. It's the creepiest show. Take a look at the the